I often get asked with people who are stress addicts, workaholics, or just in burnout. After programs, they say, Kelly, I, I don't know where to start, right? They can't even get the words out. And I was there too, because when you're in the darkness, you just can't even find like a glimpse of light. You can't even find like the flashlight to get you going. And that's why I created the Patreon page. It's a burnout community hub and just a wealth of resources because I actually got screwed over by a burnout coach. So once I found out I was in burnout after almost a decade of misdiagnosis from the modern medicine industry, I finally got hooked up with the right doctor, a holistic doctor, and he's like, "You're a burnout." And go ahead and check out my physical collapse vlog video if you want to learn more about that whole gamut of my physical collapse. Gonna have a heart attack at age 35. It was quite a journey. But once I got into burnout, I'm like, okay, now what? Because the holistic doctor was helping me with the physical collapse portion because I needed to, get my gut eating. I needed to figure out how my skin, all the open sores, we got to work on that. Our liver is struggling. Obviously my heart palpitations, let's try to get away from a heart attack. So he was helping me on the physical side. But I had to still work. I still had 3 kids. I had a newborn, a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, and the 4-year-old was special needs. So we were still going to appointments and navigating that. Um, I was a people pleaser. So everyone I surrounded myself around, I showed up for, I supported, and I wasn't getting a lot of that energy received back. So, tribal wise around me, I didn't have a lot of support. And then social norms. Social norms reward the hustle culture. I got promotions, I got the bonuses. I had to move away from that because I was going to die from chronic stress. How do you do that? And I totally agree with that question because that's what I had. So, anyways, I found a burnout coach, and it's someone I actually followed on social media, and they had a book, and they're very knowledgeable. And they actually used to be a doctor. And so I thought, okay, doctor, burnout, they get it. They get it. So I had to pay $200 for a consultation just to see if I was a good, like, qualified candidate for their program. Um, Even though I made really good money in my job, like, I was pouring money into the modern medicine field for all my conditions. So I just didn't want to spend any more money because I knew that I had to quit my job. And so we're just like pinching pennies, saving whatever we can. I contacted this person, paid him $200, and basically we went through an hour session of what happened to me piece by piece. And they told me basically, like, I need to do less. I need to do less. And I said, excuse me? You do know that most people in burnout are working people. They can't take 2 offs and go to a retreat on an island somewhere. I have to take care of 3 little kids. I had to figure out what I'm going to do for a job when I've literally just worked my butt off for a career, executive by 28, and now I have to completely redo my whole life. Everything that I have worked for, everything that my lifestyle surrounds. I mean, we're talking mentality shifts here. We're talking about mindset shifts. We're talking about redoing relationships, removing toxic relation. I mean, big overhaul transformation. And she's just telling me you have to do less. And I said, so how do I do that? And she said, well, you have to do less. Basically, to summarize that 1 hour session, complete waste of my time. And I actually emailed her after because she emailed me a bunch of sales stuff after about, you're a great fit for my program. What am I going to get out of your program? I didn't even get anything out of the hour conversation that we had. You just told me to do less. I know that. How do you do that in an ever demanding world, in this hustle world? And I have 3 little beings that I have to keep alive. So I was super frustrated. And this was years ago. This was in 2021. It's 2025 right now, early 2025 when I'm recording this. And you can see that I'm still pissed off about it because, one, she took my $200. Two, how many people does she rip off with that comment? Because that's a comment to me. The transformational steps is in the tools, techniques, and resources to get you where you need to go. So, anyways, I did burnout coaching early on in my business, and my business has flocked more toward organizations because I can create a whole environment that is healthy and productive without burning out versus one individual at a time. And so I loaded all my coaching resources to the Patreon Burnout Community Hub. It's only $5 a month. It's free right now, up to a certain amount of people. And and why it's $5 is because I spent 200 for nothing. So just tons of resources out there for you to explore where you need to go on your journey. And there is things that address how do you get less. There are things to help you with switching the mindset and having that healthy conflict conversation with some of those toxic relationships. It's how to begin to have a healthy relationship with space. Space. I mean, even in programs with organizations, when I leave pause space, it makes people uncomfortable. So getting people and myself to be okay with that space, and what do we do with that, and what do we do with all those thoughts that start coming up. So head out there. I have it linked in the description, but really, where I'm going to break down the 4 categories for you is where you should start. And that's how it's organized on the Patreon page, because there's a lot of resources out there. So really just know where to start. Physical. I had the physical part. I couldn't do anything with my mind, with my relationships, with my emotions until I could eat something, until I could get out of bed without feeling like I was like suffocating and gonna fall over, because my heart was working on overdrive. So physical was my start point. If physically you're not having severe symptoms, maybe that's not your start point. But we all know, like, physically, if we don't feel well, we're not going to do energetic things in relationships, and we're not going to process emotions when you don't feel good, you don't feel like eating, or you're eating the wrong crap, right? So physically, it does bleed into the other categories. But if you're not severe in that category, maybe then your category is the second one, cognitive. So this is the brain fog. This is the decision fatigue. This is like slight memory loss. Like you just met someone, they said their name, and you walk away and you can't remember their name when you used to be on point with that. So cognitively, there's some tools in there. Maybe that's where you need to do some work, which means reducing distractions. I have some tools out there for that. Baby steps, again, bite-sized steps. How are you prioritizing your day to take back control? Where are you giving away control, and how do you get that back? So that's the second one, cognitive. So physically, is that where it's hurting the most? Cognitively, is that where it's hurting the most? The next one is emotional. Not a great one for me to go through that a category, because I was a 90s turnkey kid, and if you don't know what that is, it's basically your parents worked. It's not like they worked all the time for the big bucks. They worked just to live, like to put food on the table. And so we were by ourselves a lot. We got ourselves up a bus, and there wasn't these flexible arrangements back in the 90s for parents. So that's what you call turnkey kids. And then we also were in kind of the rural Midwest. So on the weekends, we were doing yard work and things like that. So I don't process emotions well. All right. We're just going to admit that to the whole internet. So I had to learn how to process emotions. I had to learn how to name the emotions so I could start processing them. And that was a big step for me, because that also contributed to my physical collapse, because I was always bearing stuff real deep. As the people pleaser, as the golden retriever, people do me wrong. It's okay. They're just having a hard day. Toxic relationship. It's fine. That's just who they are, right? So I just kept bearing stuff, letting people stomp all over me. So I had a lot to process in the emotion category. I put that all out there for you. Some of that is more difficult than others, so give yourself some grace as you go through that category. But maybe that's yours. Maybe you're hanging on to a lot of baggage, maybe from your childhood, maybe from past relationship, maybe in your current relationship, you're just like stewing on things, making this huge monster out of nothing. So maybe emotional is the category where you start. And then the fourth one is relationships. And I think that it's an important factor or category because obviously who you are around, you become. But also, like, if physically you're not doing well, cognitively you're not doing well, emotionally you're not doing well, it's going to be hard to do relationships. So, like, I would pick out of these 3 categories where to start. And then the fourth one, you can begin having those healthy conflict conversations. And a great one is just transparency of what's going on with you. Because when I started telling people, hey, I'm in burnout and like I'm really struggling, they were more supportive and open to conversations than me saying, you did this to me. Or remember when years ago when you did this and you didn't show up. It didn't work well when I did that. So, really just communicating my growth journey, my recovery journey to people, and kind of where I need them right now, and the conversations I need to have, being transparent about that helped. And the ones that didn't respond well, I gave my permission to let go. And again, that goes back to the emotional category. So head out there. Again, there's some free memberships just kicking off the burnout community. I just loaded items at the beginning of the year here in 2025. All my coaching resources, all the resources I used in my burnout recovery, because I don't want you to hire a coach that's going to screw you over. I want you to have endless resources to kick off your journey, moving you from this zombie mode, from this blah state, and into liveliness and into energy and being excited for the day. So, to answer the question, we're at 10 minutes. To answer the question, where do you need to start? You need to know where it hurts the most, because that's where your biggest growth will be, and then it will start to bleed out to the other categories. Is it physical? Right? Go check out that category and some things that you can start doing to addressing those chronic stress symptoms in physical. Is it cognitive? Let's get your brain sharp again. It is a beast if you treat it right. Is it emotional? Yes, we have to process some things, but is that the heavy category that's weighing on you? Or is it relationships and your environment and who you're around and starting to have those conversations? I hope you enjoy what's out there, and the comments are open if you are looking for other resources or you're struggling in a certain area that's not addressed out there. Feel free to leave a comment, and I have enough resources in my belt and resources in my burnout community to provide you some more tools and techniques out of this zombie nose, out of this darkness, and back to energy.